Thank you. Thank you very much for your very kind introduction. I would like to recognize His Excellency Macky Sall, President of Senegal, Her Excellency Saleh Wok Jode, President of Ethiopia, and Her Excellency Susulu Hassan, President of Tanzania. And also I'd like to really appreciate and recognize President Akinwumi Adesina, President of African Development Bank, Excellencies, ministers, ambassadors, colleagues, and representatives of civil society, and ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure. I'm overwhelmed by your very strong, large presence in this very important agenda. We are making progress on many fronts, yet the evidence of the catastrophic effects of climate change is ever increasing. We are in a race against the time. We cannot afford to fall, and we cannot afford to fail. The international community has committed to doubling adaptation finance by 2025. Now, there is both the need and the opportunity to transform the level of adaptation finance for Africa. Building on the Bridgetown Agenda and the Summit for a new Global Financing Pact, I welcome the launch of Climate Adaptation Country Compact at this summit. With these compacts, African leaders have defined the investment priorities and adaptation needs for African countries. They are a vital country-led tool that will support the Africa Adaptation Acceleration Program, AAAP, which is the world's most ambitious adaptation plan. At a time when droughts and floods are becoming more frequent and more intense, adaptation has never been more vital to Africa. Through these investment compacts, the AAAP places climate adaptation at the center of Africa's march to sustainable economic transformation and green growth. It is within this ambition that the AAAP has already delivered support to projects worth over $5 billion. With this investment, over 35 million people will have access to climate-smart agriculture, infrastructure, and cities in almost 30 countries in Africa. These investments will not only protect Africa from climate change, but will also help create more than 500,000 jobs for Africa's young people. Here in Kenya, the AAAP is boosting digital transformation to offer solutions and support to Africa's smallholder farmers. Ongoing work to design adaptation investment in water, urban resilience, and infrastructure are a vital part of the answer to climate change. Africa now represents the world's greatest opportunity for human development and economic growth. Its potential far exceeds the barriers that presently impede the rise of such a mighty continent. I hope that when COP28 convenes in Dubai, United Arab Emirates in December, we will see the investment that is required starting to flow into Africa's adaptation compacts. While serving as Secretary General at the United Nations, I have been always stating and emphasizing that if we are not able to address the African challenges, we will never be able to declare that we are living in a sustainable world. I still believe that is correct direction. And ladies and gentlemen, let us really work together. We both, for political leaders, you have a political responsibility, but for me now, out of my job as a Secretary General, I am now a retired person, I have a moral responsibility. So combining political and moral responsibility together, I think that there is nothing which we cannot overcome. And it is a matter of justice that we must do more for African people. The rate of greenhouse gas emissions emitted from this African continent, where 54 countries are existing, is less than 3%, while we compared with China, United States, they're all 20% or 18% or something like this. Therefore, it is unfair, and it is only right for us to help African people. Africans are in the eye of storm, practically speaking. Therefore, we really must do. That is the reason why this Global Center on Adaptation is really trying to mobilize funding. I am urging again, repeatedly, that the international community should increase 10 times than the current level of financial support. Annually, African 54 countries, they receive $11 billion a year. We have to raise it to 10 times until 2035. By then time, we may have $1.7 trillion by that time. Without that, we will not be able to address this justice issue, climate justice issue. So let us work together to help this African agenda together. And I'm very much grateful for your strong commitment. Thank you very much.